What's up, guys? It's Cameron, and welcome back to another video. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, whatever it is you guys did, and I hope you all are well tonight, and I hope you guys had a great day, whatever you guys did as well. And tonight's video is going to be 5 scary forest horror stories. That's what tonight's video is going to be. So this is probably the most longest video. So yeah, this might be the most longest video that I'm recording. And you guys are watching this video on Monday. So yeah, you guys are probably watching this video on Monday. Even though it's Saturday night and I'm recording it for you guys for Monday. And before I start this video, I have something to drink, so I'll be right back. So I have a mini can of Pepsi, and it's fresh and cold out of my fridge. So make sure you guys have your food and drinks ready for the most longest video. Hopefully this video might be longer, I think. That's better. Okay, so story number one. Number one. A group of 5 men were hiking in the forest. They were hunting for some deers. They had their shotguns ready to hunt for some deers. So the sun was starting to set, and one of the men was getting a little bit scared because it was getting dark outside. But the 4 men decided to stay a bit longer. But he was still afraid, and they heard a weird noise. They heard a loud, blood-curdling scream. All 5 men heard a loud, blood-curdling scream in the forest. They thought somebody was in trouble or something. But it didn't sound like somebody was in trouble or anything. But the 5 men were a little bit afraid of the loud, blood-curdling scream they heard in the forest that night. So they didn't find any deers. Because I know deers come out of the woods when they get cold. But they come out of the woods at night. But there are deers in the woods and other animals. But yeah. The 5 men decided to just go drive back home for tonight. But yeah, they did not see any deers. Because no deers did not come out. But they only come out of the woods whenever they get cold. So yeah. At least they did not see any Bigfoot. So yeah, that's a good thing they did not see Bigfoot in the woods. Or else they would have been really terrified if they ever saw Bigfoot in the woods. But I know there is Sasquatch in the woods though. But the 5 men decided to just drive back home for tonight since they didn't hunt for no deers because no deer didn't come out. sorry if I'm scratching my nose because my nose is a little bit itchy for some reason. But yeah, the five men went back to their houses. So yeah, they just went back home to their houses and they just did whatever they wanted to do since they did not catch any deers. But they didn't hunt any deers because no deer didn't come out. So yeah, they just did whatever they did whenever they made it back home. The forest could be terrifying sometimes. If you guys might go hiking in the woods this summer, you guys might want to be careful. You guys might want to be careful for ticks because tick season is probably in the summer, but there are ticks in the woods and they can give you limb disease and you could get a rash if you get bit by a tick. But I don't go in the woods because I don't have any woods by my house because I don't live by the woods. So yeah, you guys may want to watch out for ticks if you do go hiking or hunting for animals this summer because that's when there's ticks. Just need to grab my Pepsi, even though it's bad for me, because fizzy drinks are bad for us in general. Okay, story number 2. There was a young couple who went hiking in the woods. The boyfriend and the girlfriend were hiking in the woods as usual. The sun was starting to set. So yeah, the sun was starting to set and the boyfriend and the girlfriend just got back in the car, but when they got back in the car, they saw a strange figure come out of the woods or forest. There is a weird figure that came out of the forest. So yeah, it was some type of hairy creature that came out of the forest. They thought it was a bear or a moose, but it looked like a Sasquatch. It kind of was a Sasquatch that came out of the forest. I think it was a Sasquatch that must have came out of the woods. But the boyfriend and his girlfriend were a little bit freaked out, but they safely drove back to their houses. The boyfriend dropped off his girlfriend at her house because she was getting tired and she needed to get some sleep. And the boyfriend drove back home to his house, and he made him some dinner and he sat down on the couch to look at some television. So yeah, he sat down on the couch to look at television. Wait, hold on a second. I think I heard something outside. Okay, it's just people outside. So yeah, the boyfriend made himself some dinner and he sat on the couch to look at some TV. And then he went straight to bed because he was getting tired. So yeah, he was getting tired that night and he decided to just go to sleep. Before he was about to go to sleep, he received a phone call from his girlfriend. She heard she was telling him that she heard a news report about a creature that came out of the forest. So yeah, she asked her boyfriend did she hear the news and he said no. Excuse me. Just had to sneeze. So yeah, he did not hear a news report on TV that night whenever his girlfriend called him. So yeah, she told him that she loved him before she also went to bed and before he went to bed. So he just got some sleep. And the couple did not go back in the forest because of the creature that they saw that night whenever they went hiking in the forest. Okay, story number 3. There was three girls. Three girls were in the forest. They were camping in the forest. They were telling some scary ghost stories by the campfire while they were camping in the forest. They told campfire stories and suddenly they heard a loud noise. It sounded like a loud howling noise. They probably thought it was a werewolf. But there's no werewolves in the woods. So yeah, the three girls thought it was a werewolf in the woods. But I don't think there was no werewolf in the woods. So yeah, no werewolf couldn't have howled in the woods because werewolves don't live in the woods. But there are coyotes in the woods. But yeah, there is coyotes in the forest. And other animals too. So yeah, the girls were getting freaked out around the campfire while they're telling their ghost stories to each other. So yeah, they were a little freaked out by what they heard in the forest. So yeah, they heard a loud howl in the forest. And all three of the girls were getting a little bit terrified, so they ran back into the cabin. So yeah, they ran back into their cabin and they're too afraid to go outside to go investigate the strange howling noise, but they stayed in the cabin for a while. But they did put out their fire before going back in the cabin, which is a good thing. So yeah, they stay in the cabin to eat some s'mores and hot dogs. And they were too afraid to go out into the forest. So yeah, they probably must have camped in the cabin, I think. These three girls camped inside the cabin. So yeah, the three girls were freaked out by the scary howling noise that they heard outside in the forest. They were too scared to go back out there, but they stayed inside the cabin the entire time. So yeah, they did camp inside the cabin with s'mores and marshmallows. S'mores and hot dogs, which do sound really good right now. So yeah, they were still freaked out by the scary howling noise in the forest that night while they were camping. But yeah, they did stay inside the cabin to camp, which is pretty cool. Just need to grab my Pepsi before get on to story number 4. Now that's good. Okay, story number 4. Um, there is also 2 men who went into the woods to get some firewood because they're planning on having a camp out in their backyard. The 2 men got some firewood from the forest, and all of a sudden there was a strange noise. And suddenly one of the men saw something in the faraway distance that walked by the trees. It looked like it was Bigfoot that he saw. I think it was Bigfoot that this man have seen whenever he got the firewood ready. He put it in the back of his pickup truck. The 2 men actually did see this creature. Both of the men saw this strange, hairy creature. They were both freaked out. It looked like it was Bigfoot or Sasquatch that they have seen. So yeah, they safely got back into the pickup truck and they drove back home to get their campfire ready. They were having so much fun in the backyard camping together. So yeah, they're camping together in the backyard that night with some hot dogs and some s'mores. Yum, 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 yum. They sound really good right now while I'm recording this video. So yeah, they got the campfire already in the backyard. They ate their delicious hot dogs and s'mores, and they were having a wonderful time together, but they were still a little bit terrified of that hairy creature they saw in the forest while they were getting their firewood. So yeah, the 2 men had a wonderful time camping in the backyard together because they ate delicious hot dogs and some s'mores together around the campfire, which is pretty awesome. Alright, now it's time for the last story. Story number 5. Um, uh, a married couple. A married couple, husband and wife. A husband and wife went to the woods. They went to the woods exploring together. While they're exploring in the woods, they heard some type of strange sound. They heard a strange sound in the forest while they were hiking. They thought it was some type of animal, but there was a weird rustling sound coming from the trees. But they heard birds chirping. So yeah, birds usually chirp in the woods. So yeah, also there was a loud scream. The husband was freaked out. Him and his wife both heard the loud screaming noise. They had no idea what the heck it was that screamed so loud. But they both were terrified of what they had heard. So both of them got back in their car and they just went back home because they were really scared of the loud scream they heard in the forest. I would be scared too if I heard a loud screaming in the forest. So they both were safe at home. They made back home safely, which was a good thing. So yeah, but they both were really freaked out by that loud scream that they heard whenever they both made it safely back home that night. And the sun was starting to set too while they were exploring the forest. I would be freaked out if I was in the forest and I heard loud blood curdling screams throughout the night. I would be scared as fudge if I heard that noise. But yeah, the husband decided to make him and his wife a good dinner. They both sat down on the couch and ate a good dinner together. And they decided to just look at a scary movie on TV that night. But they're still a little freaked out by that loud scream that they heard in the forest that night. So yeah, the husband and his wife were in a living room eating a good dinner and watching a scary movie together. And they never went back to the forest to hike anymore because they never went back to the forest to go hiking anymore because of the loud screaming that they heard. So yeah, the husband and wife just had a dinner together and looked at a scary movie that night on TV in their living room. Which is pretty cool to do with your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay, I think I'm about to end this video, but hold on a second. Just need to grab my Pepsi. Okay, so that was 5 scary forest horror stories. I'm gonna put my Pepsi on the floor. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed these 5 scary forest horror stories, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already because I upload every single day. I mean, every single week. And this video was a little bit longer for you guys. Hopefully this video was long enough for you guys, I think. So yeah, make sure you guys do subscribe to my channel if you guys aren't subscribed yet, because that would mean a lot to me if you guys hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss a new video I put out every single week. So yeah, that was 5 scary forest horror stories. I really hope you guys enjoyed them. And I hope I didn't scare you guys too much either. All right, now all my Pepsi is gone. The can is empty now. So I guess I'm about to go right now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys, and peace.